In today's news video, we will discuss new technologies for creating and copying a person's appearance using silicone suits. Carwins will tell you about an American company that will help a man transform into a woman and a woman transform into a man for only $1,000. Let's remember the terrible case when a criminal deceived millionaires on Skype for $80 million by pretending to be the French Minister of Defense. Let's talk about a Tokyo store that specializes in providing props for parties and theatrical productions, and how it began selling hyper-realistic masks. Subscribe and like to stay up to date with all the events for which you live. But for now, look at the best comments from the last video, and we are starting. China itself is associated with the center of all technologies at the present time, and the Asian partners are not going to give up their positions, and they have planned mass production of advanced humanoid robots. A whole arms race in robotics has begun in advanced countries, and a recent video shot at a robot factory in China shocked the whole world. The footage shows extremely realistic blanks, fragments of bodies, limbs, heads of robots. Many move and they reproduce human movements quite reliably. The abundance of humanoid forms in the video is deliberately frightening. You won't find anything like this in reality. X-Robots used the former Future Science and Technology Museum in Dalian to create an interactive exhibit. It is both a demonstration of commercial technology and the potential that robotics has achieved. Realistic-looking skin, authentic gestures, imitation of facial expressions. This is not yet everyday life. Such robots are created in single copies as technology demonstrators. They have no practical application, but the components from which they consist, as well as the technology for their manufacture, are precisely the main value. Using these robots as an example, X-Robots shows what devices it can offer customers and how its creations can replace living people in some cases. Moreover, the trick is not immediately recognized. In addition, the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology stated that robots will definitely change the world, and by 2025, the product will reach an advanced level in mass production. The document says that robots will become a breakthrough product after smartphones, computers, and vehicles, focusing on new energy sources. They will be able to repeat human facial expressions, reading them from their owner. For now, we can be content with beautiful ambitions, without clear details. Back in 2011, Landon Myert began to gain popularity after frightening photographs of people wearing masks began to spread across the internet. After the growth in popularity, the number of orders increased tenfold. He started with 25 masks per month, but as popularity grew, their number grew to 300 or more. You might think that the price would be low for such a product, but $350 for handmade work is not very little, but even so, it did not scare off buyers. After all, it can be an excellent addition to the collection of the most sophisticated collector of rare and precious objects of art, as Landon himself believes. In 2013, at the annual Comic-Con competition, Landon showed off his new work, the Walter's White Mask from the Breaking Bad franchise, and, as always, it became the center of everyone's attention. People came up to him to take pictures and rejoiced at the sight of their idol. It is noteworthy that the mask was worn by the actor of the franchise himself, Bryan Cranston. After the event, Myert put the mask up for auction on eBay, where after 90 bids, the mask was sold for $22,700. The price of the mask includes 3D printing, hand casting, and high-quality materials, as well as the painstaking work of the sculptor himself, Landon Myert. Scientists have created a face that is indistinguishable from the original. Experts from York University in the UK and the University of Tokyo in Japan copy people's faces and create realistic masks. The results of the work are impressive, since it was not easy to distinguish between the person wearing the mask and the person from whom it was copied, although this has its pros and cons. They designed the silicone pads so that they are indistinguishable from a person, adding significant details in the form of freckles, wrinkles, and hair. To make sure, try to guess for yourself. I will show you the photos, and you write in the comments how many you guessed. By the way, the likelihood of failure among respondents increased by 5% when volunteers were shown photos of dark-skinned people. But you shouldn't rejoice. This event also has its downsides. One of them is the reduction in the cost of producing such masks and their subsequent release into society, which provokes new opportunities for crimes. Just in 2015, the criminal reincarnated as a French official, wearing a silicone mask. The scammer called exclusively millionaires and rich people on Skype, asking to lend him money. Thus, the criminal borrowed $80 million and went unpunished. Metamorphose Masks is another company creating ultra-realistic silicone masks. Even your own mother won't recognize you in them. Their masks are made from modern types of silicone and dye. All the materials that make up the product do not cause an allergic reaction. They are easy to breathe and ventilate, so that the wearer is comfortable and looks realistic in it. The mask is created in several stages. First, a digital model of the face is made, then a silicone mold is prepared, which accurately reproduces all facial features, pores, and skin texture. To achieve a true skin tone, the mask is hand-dyed. Specialists pay special attention to details such as eye color, hair texture, and even facial wrinkles to make the final product look more realistic. These masks have a wide range of uses. In the film industry, they are used to create makeup for actors. Otherwise, they will have to create complex computer graphics. And this is a very labor-intensive and time-consuming process. Well, where would we be without crime and the use of masks in crimes because balaclavas are no longer so good? About the sensational one, the previously mentioned video with realistic robots, I repeat, scared users of social networks to the point of trembling, since humanoid robots, partially covered with skin, are very similar to people. The effectiveness of a viral video lies in the ability to scare us, sending us to the uncanny valley. This causes us discomfort, that very feeling of anxiety in front of a close to human, but not quite human artificial being. The company behind it all is XRobots, which specializes in developing efficient and friendly smart tour guide services. Their main task is to create hyper-realistic animatronics for museums, exhibitions, and corporate events. Think of it like a robotic Madame Tussauds museum, complete with 3D scanning technology to create custom mascots and presenters. Thus, the video serves as a reminder of the broader progress taking place in the field of robotics. While XRobots focuses on entertainment, numerous Chinese companies such as Unitree and UB Tech are making significant strides in developing artificially intelligent robotic workers capable of performing real-world tasks. By the way, I can make a video about the UB Tech company, so you can get likes, subscriptions, and opinions on this video. Since 2009, the American brand Ronier has been focused on creating and selling silicone suits for any preference. And with them, you can pretend to be a woman while being a man and vice versa. These suits are hypoallergenic and made of advanced silicone. The costumes have been refined over the years to achieve the ideal anatomical shape for greater realism, comfort, and ease of movement. They've got it all figured out and are sharing an assortment that will suit anyone. For example, quite recently, it was fashionable to put a false belly on your husband to show the difficulty of pregnancy in women. In this case, a person can transform into any person at all, since the costume takes over the entire body at once. Thereby, a man can become a woman for a nominal fee, even up to $1,000. They are made of high-quality silicone that creates a realistic skin texture. The face, arms, and legs show a high level of realism, sometimes even too much of this realism. A mask shop in Tokyo offers the opportunity to order personalized masks in the shape of other people's faces. The shop's owner, Shuhei Okawara, usually creates costumes for theatrical performances and fancy dress parties. But now he decided to try making masks in the shape of people's faces. Okawara started the project in mid-October, encouraging people to sell images of their faces online. After receiving many photos, he selected a few people to come to the store to scan their faces and make super realistic masks. Okawara keeps the production process secret, and for each face scanned, he pays $390, and the finished mask costs $950. He expects that his unusual creations will be bought by both lovers of appearance modification and art collectors. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and click on the bell to stay up to date with all the best.